Hey everyone, Noah from American Trucks, and we're checking out this Proving Ground 3-inch single exhaust system with a black tip and a side exit for the 15 to 20 5-liter F-150. If you're looking to replace your stock exhaust with a new higher end system that's going to give you some more noise but still keep the cost down, then this system would be a solid option for you to consider. Now, as you just heard in that exhaust clip, this system is decently loud and it's going to fall at a 4 out of 5 on the Wake the Neighbor scale. Factory exhausts are restrictive and they limit airflow out of the motor, and most importantly, they're boring. And one of the easiest ways to get a happier motor is to install a free-flowing exhaust system that doesn't have the factory huge mufflers. This system is straight through and it only has one muffler, so you're going to hear a lot more noise out of this setup as well. And this exhaust exits on the passenger side right behind the wheel, so you're going to hear a lot more noise in the cab rather than with something like a rear exit that would leave the sound behind the truck as you drive away. Now, this system is advertised to be mild at idle and deliver a tangible difference in power. Looking at the construction of this system, it's made from 3-inch mandrel bent 409 stainless steel piping, which means the piping is not only free-flowing and smooth around the bends, but it's going to be resistant to corrosion and rust. Now, the muffler here is going to silence some of the noise and take the edge off, even though it's straight through, and it's going to take that painful edge off and make the sound manageable but still loud. And then to the end, the exhaust tip exits on the side. That tip is powder coated black, so it's protected as well as discreet, and under that coating it's constructed from 304 stainless steel. Coming in around $360, this exhaust is one of the most affordable complete stainless options out there for your truck. Now, even though it's on the inexpensive side, it's still going to be a very effective option if you're looking to upgrade your factory exhaust but not break the bank on something pricier like a dual exit system or something like that. Now, less pipe means less money usually, and that's one of the benefits of having a single side exit, other than the fact that side exits are just awesome. We're looking at an install difficulty of 2 out of 3 wrenches, and it's going to take you about 3 hours to get that job done. Now, everything you need for the install is included with the kit, so it really shouldn't be too much of a hassle for you. At this point, I'm going to hand you over to one of the guys in the shop, and they're going to walk you through that install process step by step.
Tools required for this install include an impact gun, a ratchet, an exhaust hanger remover tool, a 17mm wrench, an extension, and 10, 13, 14, 15, and 17mm sockets. What's up, guys? Today we're installing an exhaust on our F-150. First, we're gonna watch a quick little uninstall video for removing the stock exhaust, and then I'll meet you right back here for the install.
So first step here for our install, we're gonna grab our 13mm socket on the U-joint. We're gonna loosen up the flange up near our catalytic converters, and that will basically let our exhaust sit in the exhaust hanger isolator. So at that point, all we're gonna do is lubricate them, slide the whole thing back, and since we're on a lift, we'll be able to pull the whole exhaust out in one piece. Now, if you are working on the ground, you won't have as much room as I do. You might have to make a couple cuts to get this out, but it's just as simple as that. So this one is a little bit tough to get to, but it should come right out. And same thing goes with this one. The U-joint here is almost a must if you want to use the impact. If you're using a ratchet, it should clear no problem. So now our exhaust is loose at the front. We just need to lubricate these rubber hanger isolators so we can slide our exhaust back and out. For that, I'm gonna use PB Blaster here. You could use white lithium grease. As you can see, this one has had on it before. So we're just gonna give this a shot here on both sides. So now we can take our exhaust hanger removal tool and we're just gonna work that out. So now we have 2 more hangers supporting our exhaust, and all we're gonna do for this one right above our muffler is grease it up. For now, you can see it doesn't have that barb at the end, so we're gonna leave this in just to support our exhaust. We're gonna grease up the other one, and then we can slide this whole thing back. So this last one here, right on our tailpipe, again, we're just gonna hit it with some PB Blaster. And again, this doesn't have the barb on it either. So now we should be good to push this whole exhaust back and pull it off of our truck.
So our first step is to install our front pipe. Now we have new hardware included in the kit. We have a bolt with a flat washer that'll go through one side, and then we have another flat washer and lock washer, and a nut for the other side. So now with our hardware installed, I've got a pole jack here holding our pipe straight so we can put down equal pressure on our flange. So we'll take a 17mm socket and wrench to evenly tighten this down. Next we can install our extension pipe. So we'll get one of our clamps and slide that over the edge. Slide that into place, and then we can get our hanger clamp that's going to slide over our pipe from the backside and into this hanger. And then we can grab a 15mm socket to tighten down our clamp. And then we can grab a 14mm socket to tighten down the two nuts on our hanger clamp. Next we can install our muffler. So we'll grab another one of our clamps and then slide that on. And then we'll grab our 15mm socket to tighten down our clamp. Next we can install our over axle pipe. So we'll take another clamp and slide that on our muffler outlet. And then we'll take our pipe over the axle. We'll slide our rod into our isolator first, and then into our muffler outlet. And then we can just slide our clamp into place and tighten it down with a 15mm socket. Next we can install our tailpipe. So to make this a little bit easier, we're going to remove this hanger. Now there's a 10mm bolt going straight up into our frame rail, and then there's also one coming from the inside. However, ours on the inside is missing, so we're just going to be removing this bottom one. It's a 10mm bolt, so we'll grab a 10mm socket to remove it. So now we can install our clamp onto the end of our tailpipe, and then we'll slide our hanger onto our rod. And now we can lift this up into place and tighten down our clamp. So now we can lift our tailpipe up into place. And then we'll slide our clamp into position. This might be a little bit hard to see. And then we'll grab our 15mm socket to tighten down our clamp. So now we can grab our 10mm bolt and thread that back through our hanger. And then we'll grab a 10mm socket to tighten that down. So now we're ready to install our tip. So we're going to grab another clamp, slide that over the edge of our tip, and then slide it onto our tailpipe. You can adjust this to have as much or as little poke as you'd like. And now we can get our clamp into place and take a 15mm socket to tighten it down. So that'll wrap up this review and install of the Proven Ground 3-inch single exhaust with black tip side exit for your 2015 to 2020 5.0 liter F-150. Thank you for watching, and for all things F-150, keep it right here at AmericanTrucks.com.